video is going to be another look on the Star Wars Mandalorian Colourpop The Child Palette. So I wanted to play with some of the other greens today. I wasn't originally intending on filming with this palette today. I was actually going to film my birthstone look that's going up next week with Desi. With Riri, I mean. I don't know why I always call her Desi or Darissa, but Riri. But I decided that I wanted to play with this palette again because we actually pushed back our video, so I'll be able to film that video later in the week. But today I really want to jump into the other greens in this palette, so that's what we're going to do today. Because I am going to be meeting my friends in like an hour, so we're just going to go to this taco place outside, and we're going to eat outside and everything. And because the weather is like so nice today. Originally I was just gonna stay home, but honestly the weather is so beautiful, so we kind of want to enjoy this warm weather before we can't go out anymore. So because like after today, like we're really gonna slow down with going out. I really don't even go out with them that much anyway. This is only the second time we're like going out and doing something. So I'm going to prime my eyes with my Anastasia primer, because I've been loving this primer so much. So yeah, originally I was gonna wear my So Jaded palette today out, and that would have been kind of nice since I haven't worn it out since like I wore it to work like last month. But I do want to wear this palette out more so I can test out all the shades for you guys. And then once I've tested out the last shade I need to this week, then I can film my palette ranking of palettes that I got in the second half of 2020, because you guys know I went ham with eyeshadow palettes this year, so I just could not resist a good eyeshadow palette this year. Like, I just decided to pick up so many brands that I hadn't tried or were new to me, so I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm just going to coat my lips with a little bit of my Colourpop lip oil as usual. I have like an hour until I have to pick up my friend. She literally lives right down the street from me. We're going to wear masks in the car and everything. So yeah, I'm just going to set my eyes with my Marc Jacobs powder. And then we are going to get into the palette. Okay, so for this look today, I really want to jump into some of the more olivey tone greens. So I'm going to be mostly using like these two shades in my crease and then this one in the outer corners. So the first shade I'm going to go into is the shade Little Frog. This one is a matte with shimmer in it, but honestly, once you blend it out, you don't really see a matte with glitter in it. Once you blend it out, though, you don't really see the glitter. And I was kind of intrigued to see how this shade works in the crease. So, do want to use that today. I mean, I could have just probably started with one of the browner shades, but it's okay. Probably could have just started with just like a Tatooine. But I kind of want to see how this looks in my crease by itself. Yeah, that's really pretty. I just feel like you have to build it up quite a bit as I'm dipping into the wrong shade, because God forbid I dip into the right shade, Caitlin. I'm just a bit tired today. I have been filming for the past like 2 days already. After I film this video, I don't really have to film again until I film the birthstone look on Sunday, so it's going to be a little bit of a break for me. I just had a lot of new makeup to film with, so I wanted to make sure that I filmed, you know, a couple looks for you guys, and I had a couple of hauls to film, so now those are done. And then I'm going to apply this on the other eye. Just letting you guys know there is quite a bit of kick up from these shadows, but again, I don't. Okay, and then like I said, I'm going to take the shade Float Your Crib, and I'm going to put that in my crease as my like defining shade. Again, super pigmented. And I'm going to just work that in here. But yeah, this palette is really nice so far. This is the third time I'm using it today. I did do more of like a neutral look with it yesterday, but since I'm like seeing people, you know, before everything just starts to suck again when the weather gets colder, I just really have been wanting to do, you know, a little bit more fun eye looks when I still can. I mean, I'm still gonna be able to wear some, you know, like fall looks to work and stuff, but yeah. Okay, so we got that on. So then, like I said, for the outer corners, I'm gonna take the deepest shade in the palette. So this one is called Droid Protocol, and I'm gonna use that on my outer corners. Again, this shade is beautiful, so pigmented. Colourpop browns are so good. They're like some of my favorite, if not my favorite, like outer corner shades normally, because they're so easy to blend and easy to use. Hope that doesn't look weird, but I think it looks good. I don't think they're oxidizing together. I think they look pretty together. I was hoping, you know, that it would, you know, work well with the greens, but I don't think they would put this color in the palette if it didn't. So it is a little bit, yeah, I think that blended nicely together. It was a little bit weird at first, but after you build it up, I think it looks good. I don't know if you call it oxidizing or like, I always forget the word. Not muddiness, but like when the color like changes too much and it doesn't like layer on top of a color properly because it's like, you know, not the right color to put on top of like a green or like a blue with like a brown. You know what I mean? I just forget what it's called. Okay, so I really like how that looks. Yeah, I do like how that looks a lot. So now I'm just gonna apply some glitter glue and then we'll do the lid. Okay, and then for the lid shade today, I'm gonna dip into the shade Right Hand Mando because I haven't used that one yet. It's pretty much the only shade I haven't used in the palette yet. Like I swatched it, but I just haven't used it on my lid yet or my inner corners. So it looks like a really pretty like greenish silver. Oh, that is really gorgeous. That shade is stunning. I mean, I say that about every Colourpop shade, but that is really beautiful. It's super pigmented. Like, you barely have to dip your finger into it. And that's how much you get off of it. Like, I honestly, like, did the slightest little swipe in the pan, and it's really pigmented. See, this was the thing that I was kind of missing from the Hocus Pocus palette, is that this is the formula. I mean, I loved the Hocus Pocus palette, but this is kind of the formula I'm used to with Colourpop, is that their metallics are like instantly pigmented and like boom on your eyes. So, but wow, like I'm barely touching the pan, you guys. That is really pretty. Yeah, that is gorgeous. Wow. Really like this shade a lot. Ooh, yes. Really like this palette, you guys. I think this might beat out my Hocus Pocus palette, honestly. I mean, the Hocus Pocus palette was great, but these shimmers are like what I'm used to. Like, these like remind me of the shimmers in like the Going Coconuts palette. They're like really, really good. Okay, so while I'm still doing my eyes, I just wanted to talk about The Mandalorian a little bit. So have you guys been watching the new season? What do you guys think so far? I know there's only been about 2 episodes. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, obviously, for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. I just feel like this season's taking a little bit longer to, like, have a story and, like, you know, start, you know, picking up a little. I know it's only been 2 episodes and, you know, you kind of have to, you know, wait for the story to develop, you know, since it's only like 8 episodes. I'm just popping on Hear Me Out on my brow bone, but I just think this one's a little bit slow so far. I don't think it's as good as the first season so far. I mean, the second episode I feel like was better than the first one. The first episode was kind of eh. But I think it's just going to get better and better as the season goes on. I'm still, you know, giving it a chance and stuff because obviously I'm still going to watch it. So, and did you guys pick up this palette? I just thought it was so freaking cute. I'm glad that it didn't sell out right away like the Hocus Pocus palette, because that was a lot of people's fear, was that it was going to sell out just as fast as the Hocus Pocus palette, but I think that they didn't make enough Hocus Pocus palettes on purpose so they could get the money, and then they were like, bye. It just kind of sucks that they did not restock that palette, because a lot of people were really upset that they couldn't get it. I don't know why I didn't talk about it in my haul video yesterday. I think I was just too hungry to talk about it, but I'm glad that most people were able to have a chance to get this palette. So it's just that they're usually pretty good with the Disney releases. And the Mulan collection didn't sell out like right away. I think it took like a day or two before everything was sold out. I mean, I think the blushes had sold out pretty quickly, but like not everything in the collection was sold out, like the Hocus Pocus collection. Like, it was just a disaster. And then, you know, everybody's saying I hope that they learn from that, and I hope that, you know, the child launch is like a bit smoother, but of course, like, everything was fine with that one. So the palette didn't sell out until like the night of when it was released. Like, it didn't sell out until like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. So it was a bit weird, but I'm like, you know, at least people were able to get a chance to get it. So yeah, I'm going to work on the face now. And then I'm just going to prime my skin with my MAC Fix Plus, the cucumber, and then I'm going to use my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I really have been enjoying this one. Wow, there's already like, I mean, I haven't even used that much of it. I'm surprised there's like, that I've used that much already. I mean, I've used it like 5 times already, and I'm surprised that it's like that low already. I mean, there's not too much product in it, but it's fine. Okay, and then for the foundation, I kind of wanted to go a little full coverage today. And I do want to use up this foundation finally, and I don't think there's much left in here, so I'm just going to use my MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. I haven't worn this foundation out in such a long time. Like, I usually only wear it for, like, collab videos, but it's such a little amount goes such a long way. So, I mean, I already think I put too much on my hand, so, like, I really don't need that much. So, yeah, I definitely put too much on, because, like, this is already gonna basically go on my face, like, with, like, half of this amount, so I'll just use more on my neck, I guess. But I don't think I need any more than what I just put on. So, yeah. I definitely think I put too much on the back of my hand, but it's okay. So I'm just going to blend it out with my sponge. But I've had this foundation for so long. I honestly kind of want to test it out today, too, to see if it, like, irritates my skin at all. I mean, that's not, like, a great idea, but honestly, it really has been fine. It is smelling just a tiny bit, but honestly not worrying me the way that it smells right now. I just smell a little bit of oldness, but it's not, like, anything bad. I probably should just get rid of this foundation after I wear it today, which is probably what I'm going to do, because I've had it for way too long. But honestly, it hasn't, like, irritated my skin or any time that I wear it. I mean, again, I only really wear it for videos, but I don't feel like my skin is irritated at all. But I love this foundation. Like, it's such a good full coverage foundation, you guys. Like, if you want something that, like, doesn't make you look mask-like, this is a great foundation. I just think that it's full coverage, but it gives such gorgeous coverage, and it doesn't make you look like you're wearing a mask. And this has still been the only MAC foundation I've ever tried, so I would kind of want to try, like, a different one of theirs once I get rid of this, because, like, I have to get rid of more than one foundation in my collection right now. I mean, when am I not decluttering my foundation collection right now? Because you guys know, you know, I really want to keep my foundation collection pretty low right now, because what's the point of buying new foundations right now, you know? Okay, I can feel a bit of, it's a little bit weird feeling on my skin, but nothing crazy. So I'm going to see how this feels on my skin today. I feel a slight bit of tackiness, but I feel like that's due to the primer that I used. Okay, and then for the concealer, let's just wipe off the foundation real quick on my hand. Okay, and then for concealer, I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC15, since I haven't used this in a while, and since I'm using the foundation, I wanted to use my MAC concealer, so that's what we're using today. This one is definitely like a couple shades darker than the foundation, I mean, which I kind of like, because sometimes I don't like my concealer to be as bright as my foundation. And when I was getting the Pat McGrath foundation, the girl that helps me usually to like color match me, she was telling me that I should get, you know, like the second lightest shade. And I was like, well, I don't feel like the Pat McGrath is that light. I mean, it was a light foundation, but it wasn't like too white, so it was like completely going to be like super pale on my skin. Like I felt like it was still a good shade for me. And after I've used it a couple times, I'm like, I actually really like this shade. It's not like I have like a super huge contrast between like my concealer and my foundation. So I really have been enjoying that. Because again, I don't really like too white of a concealer anyway. Cause like I don't really love that look sometimes, because it just feels like, I feel like it just makes me look way too pale. Like I don't love like a super pale concealer. Wow, I'm using way too much concealer too. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend that out underneath my eyes. I do feel like this foundation feels a tiny bit heavy and dry on my skin. But again, I think that's just due to the primer. Okay, and then I'm going to blend it out here. I'm just going to take a little bit more in this area and just blend it out, because I still have like a decent amount on my hands, so I kind of have to use it. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter if I waste a little product right now, because I haven't used this foundation in like a month, but I'm definitely getting some full coverage vibes from this combo. All right, so now I'm just going to set my under eyes with my e.l.f. powder. Definitely getting some dewiness underneath my eyes right now because of this concealer. I didn't realize how dewy it is sometimes. Oh my god, that is already too much powder. I feel super mega itchy. Okay. And then I'm just going to, I don't even know if I need to set my skin, honestly, but I'm just going to do it a little bit in my cheek area. So I'm just going to do a little bit here. Like literally just on the perimeter of my face. Because I already set down like this part with the loose powder. All right, I feel like this sponge is not damp at all. Okay, and then I'm just going to spray. You know what? I think I'm going to use the Milani one today, since I am going to be out for a while. So I'm just going to use that. That actually feels really nice. Okay, and then we'll grab like my mascara and stuff. Now we're going to go into... Wow, that really annoyed me. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the lower lash line. So I'm going to take basically the two same shades I used in the first look, and also the two same shades that I used in my crease. I'm going to take those on the lower lash line. Oh, my nose is getting irritated. Please don't sneeze. please do not sneeze. Of course I had to sneeze because why? You know it. Always have to sneeze after you do your foundation, not before. God forbid you sneeze before all your foundation is on. And I was sneezing like a little bit in the bathroom before, so. It's just this crazy weather. Don't worry, I'm not sick. I just hope everybody's doing okay. I know, like, it's pretty scary right now, everything that's going on. I honestly don't, I mean, I was happy about the election, but at the same time, I know that it's going to be a long time to get there on hopefully getting back to a sense of normalcy, because honestly, this whole year has just been so hard to stay positive and normal because there has really have been no sense of normalcy this year. And if you guys are feeling like you feel that way too, there is nothing wrong with that. And again, I'm always here if anyone needs anyone to talk to, because it helps me and it helps you. So, because it really helps me as well. Like, I just try to keep positive as much as I can, but it is very difficult for me as well. So, I mean, for the past week or so, it's been pretty good, but, because it's just been, you know, just like kind of a little bit of hope. But I just hope everybody's doing okay, you know, regardless of who you support. I'm always gonna, you know, check on people and ask if they're okay. So I'm gonna go into, again, the same, I've been using this shade a lot on the inner corners, but it's such a pretty inner corner shade. So I'm going to go into the shade Precious Cargo and use that on my inner corners. But yeah, just try and use, like, you know, distractions. If you're upset about the election results, you know, just try and, like, use something to cope. We all have to, like, try and just, you know, have a little bit more acceptance and a little bit more trust in our political system that, oh wow, this is actually really pretty on the inner corners today. It's really picking up nicely today. Oh my god, that's so gorgeous. But yeah, I'm not really going to get into it too much. I just want to just make sure everybody is safe out there. Don't go out and protest your brains out because, you know, it's just not safe, you guys. There's so many reasons why it's not safe right now. We just all have to be very careful. So I'm just please encouraging you guys just to be safe out there. And that's all I really have to say on it because, you know, I can't judge anyone or encourage anyone or tell anyone to change their minds or their decisions and what they do with their lives because it's their lives. I'm just saying, you know, I do care about you guys, and again, regardless of your political views, I'm still going to care about you. Because you watch my videos and you're on my channel, I'm still going to care about who's watching my videos. So, but I care about anyone in general, regardless if they watch my videos or not. So, okay. So anyway, wow, that color is stunning. So I'm just going to grab eyeliner and stuff. Okay, and then for eyeliner and stuff, I'm going to use the same NYX liner that I used in my other video because I want to use a green on the waterline, so I'm going to use Emerald City. Definitely been liking this liner a lot with this palette. I'm glad I've been using it quite a bit. So that's that, and then I'm going to do my lashes. I don't know why my eye's a bit red, you guys, like this one. I mean, it's not irritating me at all, just for some reason I just woke up like that. Like, as soon as I woke up and was putting my contacts in, I'm like, why is my eye red? But it doesn't hurt at all, so I don't know. It's probably just from, I don't even know, honestly. Maybe wearing my contacts for too long yesterday. But I wore them for the normal amount of time that I usually do. And then for mascara, I'm going to use my Lancome Monsieur Big. I haven't used it in a little bit, so I want to use it today. Because usually 99% of the time I'm grabbing the Urban Decay Lash Freak, but this one's still a great mascara. I still like this one even more than the Anastasia one, I think. The Anastasia one is a bit more chunky than the Urban Decay and the... What is up with that? And the and this one, Dwight, the one I'm using. This one makes your lashes like so long. I love it. Just such a good mascara. And then I'm gonna just coat my lashes on the bottom with my Lash Discovery. So give me a second. Okay, and then for bronzer, I'm gonna use my Thrive Cosmetics Rhea bronzer, just because I want to. And I love this bronzer. I basically have just been switching off between this one and my Physicians Formula this week. I basically used the House Labs one like so much last month, so I'm trying to use a couple different ones this month. Because I basically just grabbed like the same 4 bronzers. Like honestly, I just used this one, the Butter bronzer and the House Labs, and then like the Fenty occasionally, and maybe like some other lighter ones. Like the Dolce bronzer from Milani I use more in the summertime, and then the same with the Wet n Wild one. But again, that's why I was on such a low buy for bronzers this year. Like honestly, like I didn't even want to pick up the House Labs one, but then I love it, so I'm so glad that I got it. Because it's such a good bronzer, but I love this one too. And then for blush, I was going to use Madly, but I was like, I haven't used this blush in a while. And I also love this one from NARS, so I'm going to use Lovejoy. I was like, I don't even remember the last time I used this one, so kind of forgot about it. So I'm going to use this one today. Such a pretty, like, nude toned blush for, like, everyday wear. Just a little bit more. I feel like my blush does not apply as good as I want to sometimes. And then I'm just going to use a older highlight as well. It looks so pretty. I'm so glad I used this one today. I don't even remember the last time I actually used it. I usually alternate between this one and Madly a lot, but I definitely have used Madly a bit more than that one recently. Okay, and then for my highlights, I just want to clean off my brush a little. I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Electrify. I haven't used this in a while, so kind of want to use it today. This is such a pretty highlighter too, and it's so pigmented. And it has like that yellow-green shift that I want today. I mean, I could get the same effect from Halo or Kaleidos. What the hell is that highlighter called? The other, I think it's Sky. Not Skyscraper. I forget what it's called. But it's a really pretty shade. Solar Surfer, I think. And that's what it's called. Alright, do I need to spray that? I think I'm going to spray it a tiny bit. Because I think it'll make it a little bit more pigmented. I love this Colourpop spray for highlight. It's just such a good spray to really bring out the pigment in your highlight. Yeah, that is so pretty. I'm glad I went with that highlight today. Look how gorgeous that is. Makeup Geek makes great highlighters, even though I don't buy from the brand anymore. If you were looking for things to get from them, their blushes are great. I mean, they have great products. I'm never going to say that they don't, so I think I'm going to use a bit of this just to hydrate my face more. Just because I feel like the Milani one's going to, like, tighten my skin a little bit. And then I'm just going to brush through my brows. And then we will do a lippy. Okay, now we just have to do the lips. So I'm going to use Kat Von D's Hawkeye as my lip liner. Oh my god, what am I doing? And also, I just want to say, just be kind to each other. Honestly, like, there shouldn't be hate from either side. Republicans should accept that we have a new president, and Democrats shouldn't be lashing out at Republicans. I just think that it just spreads and promotes the hate even more. And we just need to come together and be unified right now. So, okay, and I'm going to do the lipstick. And I'm going to use Lime Crime's Velveteen and Saddle. I almost said Shaddle. I hope that this will apply okay, because this one is pretty dried out too, but I think it's going to be fine. This one does smell a bit too, but I love this shade, so I really wanted to use it. And I didn't really want to use Salem today. I didn't want something that dark. It's just going to take a while to apply, so I'm just going to finish it off camera. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes. So pretty. The cheeks. And the lips. So I really have, did I say the lips? I meant to say and the lips. I really have been enjoying this palette a lot. It's just so cute, and I've been loving my looks with it. I think that the shimmers are beautiful and the mattes are blending beautifully. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this palette. I've just been really having fun filming some looks for you guys. So yeah, that's it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, on my Instagram at CBW819. I love you guys. I really have to go. So bye.